Winners and losers from preseason week 1 right now on FFT Express. It's Adam and Jamie here on Monday, August 12th, and we're taking a look back at what we watched over the weekend. Jamie, I'm going to ask you for 4 winners and 4 losers. Give me a winner.
I'll give you the 2 rookie quarterbacks. We'll combine them into one. So Caleb Williams and Jayden Daniels both look good. Not that there was much doubt that they would struggle, but obviously rookie quarterbacks, we know how that tends to go. But Williams, we talked about this on the full-length episode, the throw to DJ Moore. Everybody's going to look at that, but did a very nice job, avoiding pressure, showing off his arm strength, getting a big third down. It was like 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15, something like that. And so that was fun to see. 95 yards. I know you talked about this, the rushing, 13 rushing yards. So hopefully that's part of his game and continues to enhance his fantasy value. Jayden Daniels, 2 plays of note: the 42-yard pass, I think it was, to Diami Brown, and the rushing touchdown. So showing both sides of the upside of his game. Big arm that can throw the ball down the field, and then clearly the rushing potential, which should put him. For me, he's going to be one of the best rushing quarterbacks this year. So easy top 10 quarterback. Williams just outside the top 12. You want me to keep going? You want to ask me some more winners?
No, it's just funny. Those 2 are such different quarterbacks. It's stylistically they're so different, and they're going to get it done in different ways. It was nice to see. And when you said the 2 rookie quarterbacks, I thought you were going to say like Bo Nix and JJ McCarthy, who also showed
they did. They really did. And so McCarthy really, I think if you're looking at it from a winner standpoint, nobody's drafting him to be a starter. Certainly if you drafted him in Superflex or Dynasty Leagues or anything like that, you'd be excited. And I think the same thing for Darnold, because I thought he made, some good throws as well. But really for both those guys, the encouraging thing, and we can put him in the winners category, is Justin Jefferson. Because, when you start to nitpick those guys at the top of the first round, what's the nitpick for Jefferson? Quarterback play. Obvious. If those guys are competent, just competent, they don't have to win games for the Vikings. They don't have to be great fantasy assets, but they just got to get him the ball. And he's going to, 180 targets. Would that surprise you with that offense right now?
No.
So 180 targets for him from good, above average quarterback play. I'll take it all day long.
Yeah, say above average quarterback play. Other winners?
I'll stay in Minnesota. Ty Chandler. I've kind of been not anti Aaron Jones, but not somebody I plan on drafting. Chandler's somebody that I am looking forward to draft. I think he's going to be, a big part of the backfield when Jones is healthy. And last year, Jones, who's 29, missed several games because of hamstring injuries with the Packers. So look like, Chandler can go back to being that, replacement option if they need it. Last year, it was because of Madison struggling because of his play. This year it could be injury. But I think also while Jones is healthy, we'll see Ty Chandler on the field quite a bit.
Yeah, somebody, just so I don't forget to read this, somebody asked if we talked about Marvin Harrison Jr. We did not talk about him on the full-length show either. He played 3 snaps. There's really not much to say here. To me, it was just kind of a non-story.
Yeah, I think of the rookie receivers, if you want to stick with winners, Brian Thomas and Xavier Worthy. Worthy, clearly with an injury situation with Marquise Brown leaving with the shoulder injury and could be out maybe the first part of the season. I don't think it will linger much longer than that. Andy Reid compared it to the Tyreek Hill injury, and Hill missed 4 weeks. So if it's 4 weeks, that puts Brown a little bit in danger of his revenge game against the Ravens in week 1, but shouldn't be out much longer than that. So Worthy benefits, and, playing with the first team offense as much as he did, with Patrick Mahomes as much as he did, that's a win for him. And then Thomas, there was some thought, I don't know how you felt about it. For me, is who's going to be on the field in 2 receiver sets? Was it going to be, I think we all kind of assumed it would be Gabe Davis, but, Thomas and Davis or Kirk and Davis. And the fact that it was Thomas and Davis, and even though Thomas did not catch the big play from Trevor Lawrence, shows you the upside of what he can be. So some people think that Gabe Davis is better than Brian Thomas. I don't know if we all share that thought, but Brian Thomas really has an opportunity to make plenty of plays this year.
I think Gabe Davis, as a bold prediction, I said he'll have better stats. I don't think he's better than Brian Thomas. I really think Thomas is kind of a project. So, and Davis, to me, got off to a better start than Brian Thomas.
Than everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you asked me a few weeks ago, and I said, or maybe I just brought it up, but first guy off the waiver wire that we're going to talk about in our first waiver column, Gabe Davis. Big game week 1 against the Dolphins.
Trying to find, just want to see the formations for the Jaguars last year, how often they were in 3 receiver sets. I would imagine they're pretty often, but I'll check. All right, we're going to take a break on Fantasy Football Today Express. When we come back, we'll talk about fallers from preseason week 1. Okay, Jamie, while I go into my research project here, give me some fallers.
I'll start with Trey Benson. I was disappointed not only in how he looked, because he looked didn't look as explosive as I thought he would, But the fact that they were not using him on passing down situations doesn't seem as if he's going to get that opportunity in tandem with James Conner, which is kind of what I was hoping. So didn't like that situation for him. And not that I'm not drafting Benson, because I am, and I'm not changing my uh, rankings on Connor, because really it's more about will he stay healthy. But this is not the threat that I thought. At least after one game, doesn't feel like the threat I thought it could be for Benson to maybe taking Connor off the field.
Okay, so that's Trey Benson. Who else you got as a faller?
Who else did we talk about on the show? Kirk. I'm still expecting him to be the best Jaguars fantasy receiver, but the fact that he did not play in 2 receiver sets could be a little bit troubling. So dropped him a few spots, just based on maybe a little overranking of him. Still somebody that I think could be a starter in 2 receiver fantasy leagues, and can also certainly be a difference maker for you. But I don't know if he gets back to being, what was he, wide receiver 12 like he was 2 years ago? Like that could be a little bit too
Yeah,
much.
12 overall, 20 per game.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see. I got a list of your fallers here. We've got Mix. Oh, these are Heath. Sorry, Tajay Spears. You want to talk about the Titans backfield?
Yeah, I'm not worried about Tajay Spears. I just think I had him ranked too high. So I had him ranked as, I think I had Pollard at RB 26 and Spears as 27. I dropped Spears a couple spots behind Brian Robinson and Chase Brown, and I moved Pollard up a couple spots ahead of Najee Harris and DeAndre Swift. So just kind of separating them a little bit. I do think that if Pollard gets back to being that explosive player that we saw pre-broken leg, maybe at the end of last season, that guy could be a little bit better than Spears. I still want to draft plenty of Tajay Spears. This is not a runaway from Tajay Spears by any stretch, but it was just, I think, maybe, at least for me, putting them in more appropriate spots in my rankings.
Okay, and you have also Quentin Johnston. Just wah, wah. I think I have that sound effect. Doesn't look good for Quentin Johnston, folks.
Bad. Yeah, very bad. Unfortunate that he's so buried on the depth chart. That he's not only not playing behind Palmer and McConkey, he's playing behind Chark and I think a couple other guys too. Like it's rough. It's rough in these Quentin Johnson streets.
Yeah, and let me ask you one more. We didn't talk about this on the show, but any thoughts on the Cowboys backfield? Ezekiel Elliott did not play. Rico Dowdle started, 3 carries for 14 yards. Any thoughts?
He's my favorite Cowboys running back, and I keep moving Zeke down and Pollard up. So right now I have Pollard ranked. It's kind of a group that I live in for running backs of Chandler, Hubbard, Jerome Ford, Dowdle. And if you draft the way I draft, which is mostly hero RB, like these are the guys that I take as my hopefully third running backs, third and fourth guys. So could get you off to a good start, could be the guys all year, but Dowdle is one of my favorites to draft this season.
Okay. Unfortunately, I no longer can find, here it is. Usage of 3. Here we go. From Warren Sharp. The Jaguars were almost they were at the bottom. They were pretty low in the 3 receiver set percentage.
It's a hard thing to judge from last season because Jones missed a lot of time, then Kirk got hurt.
Yeah, they weren't that low. They were like probably about 18th, 20th, somewhere around there. Okay. That's Jamie. I'm Adam. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow on FFT Express.